And in the last remaining time that we got, once again, we want to touch on some of the things we was talking about. MRSA is a growing problem, and you can see people that's got spotches on their face of it. Even little kids can get this.
It's very contagious. It is from touching surfaces or touching somebody who might have that, MRSA. Not washing your hands is a big thing. Putting your hands around your face, your eyes, your nose, your mouth. If there's a break in the skin and you touch an area, okay, you can transmit the MRSA. MRSA comes from bacteria that's found in the nose, the armpits, and the genital areas. So if people doesn't wash their hands after using the bathroom and they go out and they touch surfaces, you can come in contact with MRSA. Taking a bath is very, very important for your good hygiene, is caring about your health and your body. And that's what keeps you healthy too.
Oh, that is so good. And people might mistake it for a spider bite.
Yes, and that you should really not ever take a risk. If you have a place like that comes up on you that looks like a spider bite or a boil, and is very tender to the touch, you need to go to the doctor. That can be a possible MRSA.
Right, and can they also come to the health department if they want to get checked out?
Well, if they wanted the advice from one of the nurses, I'm sure that they would look at it and recommend that they go to the doctor. But the best action is going to the doctor. You have anything in doubt, go to that go to your doctor.
There are a lot of transmitted diseases too, like hepatitis and herpes and different, diseases like that, and it's growing as well.
You're talking about sexually transmitted diseases? Oh, yes. One of the most common ones is chlamydia in our area, which is a bacterial one. We have human papillomavirus, HPV, and that is, there's all different strands of HPV, and some of them is actually touching surfaces.
My goodness. So people just need to watch their steps and better protect themselves, and just hygiene is a big major thing.
It is very important to stay clean because your body, after you sweat, produces bacteria. You come in contact with surfaces, like if you go to the gym and you're coming in contact with somebody else's sweat. And you have a break or entry in your skin, you can be transmitting MRSA to yourself. So it's very, very important. Good hygiene is very important.
What about somebody has like sugar diabetes and, or a blood disorder to where, they don't heal like everyone else does, and that skin's open like that?
That's detrimental because a person with diabetes, they heal slower.
Right.
Their immune system's lower. So that is going to take a more dramatic effect on that person's health. It can bring them down really quick.
So we need to really watch our steps. What's some good advice, again, for the summertime coming up? Got a lot of mosquitoes out there, and, people think, I don't need to spray up or I don't need to wear none of the packets or nothing like that. Educate somebody real quick about, the dangers of West Nile virus.
Well, you don't want to get West Nile virus. It's common out there, or getting bit by a tick and getting Lyme disease by putting on some kind of propellant on you. There's all different kinds of propellants now with DEET that will protect you and keep bugs away from you, and that's very important. In your yard, making sure there's no standing water where water can get stagnated, keeping that cleaned out because mosquitoes and things like that love to hibernate and stuff like that. With the ticks, that is part of where we live, and we just need to be careful and check ourselves each time we come in, especially if we've been out in our yard or we have a pet that comes in and they've been outside in the yard, checking them too. Checking when we go out in the woods, checking ourselves, making sure we don't have ticks on ourselves. It only takes a couple minutes, and that's a lot better than having a tick that's embedded and causing an infection like the flu or something. It feels like the flu, basically.
Well, a lot of people get confused about tick bites or chicker bites. There's little chiggers out there. You get in your work in your garden, you're going to get some chicker bites.
Well, chigger bites, they scratch so bad that they'll bring blood.
Oh.
So, you're scratching with your fingernails, you're getting blood on your hand and skin on your hand too, and if you're not washing your hands and you're touching surfaces out in the public, That's another form of bacteria. I mean, you're coming in contact with somebody's blood if they're not washing their hands.
Well, you've really educated us a lot today, Kathy Lay from the Whitley County Health Department. We're so thankful for you taking the time and coming and explaining. We just touched on a few basic things. I wish we'd had more time, but we'll get you back in the future.
Okay, that sounds great.
So until next week, this has been the Local and Community Issues